September 21st. We're going back into Broad River. I think this is our 5th hunt. We have the wife along for the trip. Ash, you want to tell them how hot it is outside?
It's 90 degrees.
90 degrees. So the running theory here is these deer are going to move really late this evening. So it's about 4 o'clock. I think we've got about an hour to get some food eaten, to get snuck in there before these deer are actually going to start moving around because of the heat. So we're glad to have you along, and we'll see what happens. What's the name of the burrito place?
Twisted burrito.
Twisted Burrito. These things are bomb. If you ever come out to Broad River, get a Twisted Burrito.
The breeze feels good. The breeze feels good.
Yeah, for it being so hot today. You can put your water bottle in it. It's got a water bottle holder. Here. Let me help you. Is your water bottle? Put your phone in there too. Ain't that just nifty? Should be pretty light. Pull your backpack straps tight. There you go. How you feel?
Sorry.
I can carry it. You can carry the sticks if you want. You got it. bugs like to set up on the ridge line, so we're just gonna sneak in here real quiet. I got 4 mosquitoes buzzing around my face. They're looking to they want to land on me, but I covered my face in that bug spray. So they're just like buzzing around. I brought a face cover if you want to use it. It'll be like this for the rest of the hunt.
This has got a light on it.
Oh, okay. This is one of the few places where you actually have to wear a face cover because of the bugs. It keeps them out of your face.
we've successfully snuck up on it here. We've always been walking together, so I think it has something to do with it. So while them boys on the public, they're always able to sneak up on deer, because it's a cameraman and a guy. So they're both walking at the same time. Anyway, I'm glad we just got that on footage. Told you, you're my good luck charm. You go ahead and turn around and keep watch for her. Make sure she ain't scoping us out right now. Be real quiet and slow, because she's right there. We got time. We kicked her up. She was bedded over there. We're in a bedding area. Keep your eyes peeled back there. Go ahead and put your poncho on. Okay. We got Ashe in the stand. There are 2 deer down there right now. And I still gotta get up in the stand. Get to my bow. We've seen 4 does since hanging the stands. What do you think so far, Ashe? What do you think so far? You having fun? You having fun? You having fun? Tell them, where's the deer at right now? How many of them are there? How many deer are down there? 4 maybe. There's like 4 does, 3 or 4 does, just down there in the bottom of that ravine. Told you. So, that's pretty funny. Alright. Anything else you need from me before I go up? No, you good? Okay. Well, at least we know this is the bedding area, right? Why don't you tell me what time it is? 5:33. Alright, let's see if we can get them does to come back. Are you having fun? Are you having fun? You're tired. You've had enough deer action for the evening. What time is it? Okay. We've only got like an hour and a half. So, let's see if we can see some more. 4's not enough. You gotta see more than 4, don't ya? Hey. Thanks for coming. trees back up in here. Okay. We've got a deep ravine on this side with a main deer trail coming through right here. The ravine opens up into a big channel. Okay. The river is about 50 yards that way. And it wraps around behind us. Okay. So what the deer are doing is that way we have a really big hill that levels off on the top. It's nothing but oak trees. So those deer, they're bedding up on top of that hill. And they're watching the hunters as they drive in. And as the hunters drive in, they're coming down off that hill and they're running down into this ravine. Or they're bedding back here in this ravine, right along the river's edge and on the back side of this hill right here. They're using this as a main crossing point from one ravine to the other. So right now, we've got about 4 does that are bedded right back in there. Looks like our hunt's coming to an end tonight. It's been a fun one. We've seen several deer. None of them within shooting range. Brought the wife along. She's had a good time. We're running out of daylight here. We're gonna wait till it gets dark and then go ahead and climb down. Look at them. It's like two little does. Shine a light on them. Two little does. See them in the dark? Isn't that cool?
All right, so Ash, why don't you tell them how the hunt went? Give us a story. Tell us how the hunt went. Just a breakdown.
I think we saw how many? 4?
Well, we saw 4 deer.
I think there
When
was
we see the first deer?
as you were putting the stand in the tree.
So we got to the tree.
Mm-hmm. She came up.
And I started to hang the stand.
Right.
And there was a doe
That walked behind me.
bedded right there.
Yeah.
And of course we expected that because what did I tell you when we were walking in? I said we were going to be hunting on doe bedding, right?
Yeah.
And so we get there, and I think we caught that one on film, and I think we caught it when I was hanging the stand. I'm pretty sure we caught on film. So that was deer number 1. And then while I was hanging the stand, then what happened?
There was another one.
There was another one. And then there was another one. I think there was
3 does and 1 buck.
So I got Ash's stand hung and started to climb up the tree to hang mine. What time was this? 5 o'clock?
I think so.
4:45?
No, it was like after 5.
I think it was about 5.
By the time you got up in your stand.
Because we just finished eating lunch, or I guess dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get out there. It's like 4:45 and we got out there 4:30ish. I got Ash's stand hung and then I proceeded to get my saddle hung. We saw another deer when I was hanging my saddle. And then I got down out of the tree to help Ash get up into her stand. And that's when we kind of got stuck. We couldn't move because there was like 2 or 3 does that came in, and they were just hanging out there in the ravine. And they bedded down there. And then we figured, well, we better get up in the stand. So we get up in the stand. When did the doe blow at us? Were we in the stands when the doe, or were you in the stand when the doe blowed at us?
I was.
You were in the stand when the doe blowed at us?
Mm-hmm.
So we got blowed at, and then the does took off. And then I got up in the tree, and I got up to my saddle, and it must have been 15, 30 minutes. It's pretty quick. Then what happened?
Then a buck came in.
Then a buck came in, and we didn't see the buck. It's telling us our camera's almost dead. We didn't see the buck, but how we know it was a buck? What'd he do?
By the noise he made.
What was he doing?
Did he snort?
No, he didn't snort.
I don't know.
The doe snorted. So you know what the snort sounds like.
Wheeze?
No, he didn't wheeze. Those are kind of the same thing. Can you show everybody on video what he did? Can you like just give him an example?
No.
That made my ear pop. By the way, if you ever want to snort wheeze, that's how you do it. You just suck in air really, really hard. So the buck, he winded us, right? He was right there on the bottom of that, he must have been 15 yards in the timber. He's at the bottom of this hill, and you can't see him because it's real, real thick down in that ravine, which is where all the deer are bedding down at. Down there in the bottom of it, it's like nice soft ground sand that they can just lay in real easily. It's real nice. And it opens up, but it's really, really thick. If you were to get in there and try to bow hunt, you can only shoot 10 yards. But to be honest, it'd probably be a really good spot. And I'm thinking we're gonna sneak in there even further in the morning. And we're probably gonna shoot one in the morning. That or we're gonna end up passing them. I don't know, the deer here are pretty small. It's kind of hard to want to shoot a deer and then have to go through the process of dressing it all out and getting it and butchering it and put it in the freezer when it only weighs like 80 pounds or 100 pounds. So we're only after the big ones. But yeah, that buck, he caught us. He smelled us. Which I don't blame him, because it was 90 plus degrees outside. Were you sweating when we got up the tree? I was sweating so hard. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty fun hunt. What do you think? Did you have fun?
Yeah. Tired now.
Tired now? I'm pretty beat too. So, even though we didn't bring one out tonight, and this is important for anybody out there that's hunting, that's learning to hunt. Just because you don't get a shot, that's not a bad thing. In fact, you should pass most of the deer that you see. Because if you do, and you don't shoot the first one that comes down the trail, and you just pay attention to what they're doing, you watch their movements and whatnot, you're gonna learn a hell of a lot more information passing deer up. If you learn what direction they're coming from, you watch them, you see what they're eating, where they're eating, you just quietly watch them. And then after they've gone out and your hunt's over, if you just go in and look at what they were doing, check out the area they were hanging out in, you'll be surprised what kind of information and how that's gonna change your hunt. So, our hunt, where we set up, we were right there in the action. We pushed up as close as we could possibly get to the doe bedding area without getting busted. And I mean, you're gonna see in the video that we're right there in the middle of these deer while we're hanging our stand, trying not to get busted. And now we know exactly where they're bedding. We've confirmed it. And if we really want to push, if we want to get in there super early in the morning when they're not in those beds and we want to push up in there, we can do that. And we can just pitch a stand right there in the middle of their bedding area and probably shoot one. I'm kind of hesitant to push up in there that hard, because what I'd like to do is get a game camera up in there and just see what's going in there, and not push up in there and spook them out of the bedding area. So if I could sneak back in there and get a game camera up just to record what they're doing and take scope of how many's back up in there and see if there's any bucks back up in there that I might be interested in before I push up in there to shoot a doe, that's prime time right there. That's a really solid position to be in this early in season. And if we can go in there without messing it up, it could really pay off big time once we've done a little bit more recon. So we may push up in there a little bit tomorrow. If we decide to hunt that, it's probably going to be ground only. If I try to hang a stand up in there, I can only get a stand maybe 3-4 foot off the ground. It's that low, it's that thick. It's only about 10 yard shot radius. So right now we're posted up right on the outside of it. But I would love to get a game cam up in there real thick, right in the middle of it. That'd be really cool. So, all in all, not too bad. We're in on the action. We're getting closer and closer. So I think we're gonna get a nice one this season. What do you say, Ash? You down to go tomorrow morning? See how you feel?